Okay, so this is going to be my new Let's Play series, and I've decided that I'm going to take a look at Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The version that I'll be using is actually on the PC. This is the version I've completed numerous times. I'd originally played it on the PlayStation. Thought it was really good. At that time I never had a PlayStation 2. I had a GameCube and a PC. But obviously Rockstar never actually released this on any Nintendo platforms. In fact, the only games that they've released on Nintendo platforms would have been the original Grand Theft Auto on the Game Boy Color, and then eventually they also released Chinatown Wars on the Nintendo DS. One thing you'll notice obviously from this Let's Play that I'll be doing is that there's no audio to the gameplay footage. One of the biggest reasons for this is that the sound is copyrighted by Rockstar, and also there's quite a lot of music. As an aside, just showing Al Capone there and some of his accomplices in the background, as well as I did Body in the Fridge. It was these little touches that really made this game stand out, as do all the Grand Theft Autos from 3 onwards. Again, stuff like that, Escobar International Airport, obviously after the famed drug lord. This game, for me, it took what GTA 3 did right, filtered out the shit that it didn't do right. Like some of the driving was pretty poor in GTA 3, especially when it came time to, well, not driving, but so much, but the flying for the Dodo. Anyone that's played that will know how terrible the Dodo was to control. The thing as well, this after GTA 3, they had pretty much been given a remit. They could do a lot more in terms of like the violence, but also they get quite a lot of cameos in here as well. Obviously, they've got Ray Liotta in this. Also got Burt Reynolds, I believe, plays Avery Carrington. Might be wrong on that one. That was Burt Reynolds, yeah. Also, if you've seen Die Hard, Agent Johnson, who is also in License to Kill, the James Bond film, he plays Colonel Cortez in this. There's a couple of other cameos as well. Obviously, the adult film star Jenna Jameson, she makes an appearance in here, and also there's some nods to other people such as Steven Spielberg, and also quite a few politicians. Of course, you can't tell which one because a lot of them have been involved in sex scandals, but you'll see that later on as the Let's Play carries on. Compared to the opening for GTA 3, Vice City really went all out in the cinematics as well. I mean, this game's 12 years old now, and it still looks amazing. It works really well. The opening for GTA Vice City, they do have a lot of like movies, as you can see here. But it really, for me, it had that sort of Scarface feel about it, and I'd actually played this first, and then I'd went to go and watch Scarface. But they just did things right at the time. I mean, even the map, that was so well laid out. The map overall was smaller than what it was in Grand Theft Auto 3. And then, of course, when San Andreas came out, they expanded this. But the cars do control well. They've all got different speeds. They handle differently as well. Some will handle like a tank. Whereas some, they've got the Cheetah in this. It's really a Ferrari. Wee bit of gratuitous violence already. And this here as well about the storm warning. This was notorious in GTA 3, Vice City, and also San Andreas, whereby you could only get to certain areas of the map. In fact, I think they did it in 4 as well. They didn't want you being able to access a whole map right away. Although, of course, with cheats you can do that. But this will be a clean Let's Play. We won't be cheating anywhere in this. So really, you're just getting the backstory just now after Tommy Vercetti's being released from prison. And his old Don, Sonny Forelli, he's really wanting to make an impact in the drugs business, but he's wanting to expand down south in Florida first before they push operations up north in New York. So of course they're sending down somebody that they know that they can trust, but this being a video game, things haven't exactly went to plan, and obviously the cocaine's been stolen from them. Yep, they're all dead. So for this part, for this first instalment, there won't really be that much gameplay. There'll be a tiny part, but it's just really the story and how everything's getting set up in the game, what's going to be happening. But again, it still looks good today. Some of the models are a wee bit off the hands, for example, but some of the textures are a wee bit low res as well. But for a game that's this old, and it still looks amazing, how you can let these little things slide, especially the way it plays as well. I mean, it is old, but I still have a lot of fun playing it. I must have completed this umpteen times now. And I do still like as well that even if you get a quick 10 minutes to kill, no pun intended, that you can have a lot of fun on this game. Obviously, it caused a lot of outrage at the time, and it still does actually. I remember playing this at a friend's house, like I said, because I didn't have a PlayStation 2. And we had originally played, we played GTA 3, and we thought, oh my god, this is amazing. Because the day that we'd actually played Grand Theft Auto 3, it was the day that we were also playing, I think it was Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, and we thought, oh wow, look at this, this is amazing. And then bang, out comes Grand Theft Auto 3, and that totally blew our minds. We could not believe how much fun this was. You could drive, you could shoot, you can run over people, you can mug people. It sounds sick, but it was so much fun, and millions of other kids enjoyed it as well. But at the same time, it gets such a massive backlash. There was a lawyer in America, can't even remember the shitbag's name now. It was Jack something, but he petitioned the stores in America, the games companies, to stop not only this video game getting produced, but also other video games getting produced as well. I mean, he even took it so far as to say that games like Mario Kart caused road rage, and like games like Super Mario Bros. It's going to cause violence against turtles. I mean, the guy was a total loose cannon. I actually think he was debarred after that, so he couldn't practice law anymore. But this, I mean, other games had done the whole cinematic thing, but this was really, for me, and I had played other games, enjoyed other games as well. I mean, games like The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, fantastic game, had a great backstory to it. But this took it one step further. This was, I would say, after Ocarina of Time, probably one of the best games going on. It was so much fun, and you felt highly immersed in the story as well. It was just that thing that, oh yeah, this is actually real, this is going on, you're actually part of something big. So yeah, just showing how free this game actually is. Just steal that old lady's car. I could run her over as well. One thing that I thought, I can't actually believe they get away with this in the game. If you watch that police officer there, just kicking the shit out of that guy. Interestingly, the police officer will not run after white guys, and that's why I'm shocked that Rockstar managed to get away with it, but I get past the censors. Everything was hunky-dory at that point, but it was just one of those things where you're thinking, nah, they'll never be able to get away with that. And of course they did. But again, things like this as well, I mean, you can tell what it's leading up to. You can see that they're goading you to go and get the bike. A couple of other playthroughs I've done this, I would normally go and run over the guy again. And then, if I remember correctly, you can actually let him get back onto the bike and then you can knock him off. That was impressive though. I'm surprised that bike never actually fell down, which it should have. Again, the physics engine showing its age a wee bit there. Always makes me laugh how people just get thrown to the side in this game. One of the things I like as well is the Vice City run. I'm sure I'll get some footage of it later on. When you fire a gun, people go running away. But yeah, that model always looked really scary. We were just her face, like a bad plastic surgery job. Colonel Cortez was the man I was talking about. His name escapes me. What his real name is, rather. He was in, as I said, Die Hard. He was Agent Johnson. Won't ruin anything there, what happens. And then he was Sanchez, and License to Kill, the James Bond film, which was probably one of the darkest James Bond films ever, actually. Especially if you're seeing it, you'll know why it's pretty dark and how he meets his untimely demise at the end of it. The model for Mercedes as well, that really scared the hell out of me, even as a teenager. Just horrible, horrible model, and I'm sure Rockstar didn't mean to make a horrible model, but it just, our lips look so disjointed, especially when Diaz comes in. It just terrifying, like almost like some of the guards out of GoldenEye, how their faces were pretty scary. Obviously, it was low res for the time of the N64, but for anyone that's played GoldenEye, you'll know how scary how scary looking the guards are in it. So yeah, we're just seeing an overview of the people that you will come into contact during the game, and you will actually meet these people, do missions for them, they'll do things for you. So it's nice at the start of the game, Rockstar are really showing an overview of everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of the people that you will come into contact with later on as the game progresses, and just some of the best well thought out missions. Some of them aren't very long at all, some are pretty short, some are only about 2 or 3 minutes long, but it's so much fun actually doing that you'll go, oh Christ, that was actually really good, and that was a replay value of this game. Yes, it was a sandbox game, you could go out and do whatever you wanted, but at the same time you kept on going back. You would go back and play the missions, you would go back and do the hidden packages, you would go and do the vigilante missions, the ambulance missions, the fire rescue missions. It was so much fun, and the little nods to the 80s as well, and I was born at the tail end of the 80s, so I missed quite a lot of this culture. But going back and then watching things like Miami Vice, Scarface, things like that, this all ties in. It feels authentic. Rockstar North really did a smashing job on this. They did the era proud. And Mercedes does have not a huge role in the game, but she does have a role later on. Yeah, you see what she does a couple of favours for you. Again, just such gratuitous violence, but again, it worked. That's pretty much all for this part of the video. Obviously I'll be uploading every other part for all the missions, but I really hope you enjoyed this part of my Let's Play, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye bye!